Welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Morrowind. What's this? Unmoving Ebonheart. Members of the Tribunal Priesthood and House Halalu engineers. During a recent visit to the mainland, Lord Vivec became enthralled with the quaint and picturesque city of Ebonheart in Stone Falls on the northern coast of Morrowind. He spent an inordinate amount of time within the confines of the city, wandering the streets and carefully examining all of the buildings and houses located therein. Truth be told, the visit put us behind schedule and made me extremely anxious about upholding the rest of our commitments before we had to return to Vvardenfell. After remaining quietly at the warrior poet's side as he tenaciously studied every cobblestone and patch of thatch, filling his notebook with every notion and observation, the living god finally turned to me. Archcanon, Lord Vivec said, I'm fascinated by this place. We must have one in Vvardenfell. We must, my lord? I asked, trying to ascertain where the living god was going with this line of reasoning. I think that spot to the south of my city, Lord Vivec continued. Yes, that will be the perfect place to build my new Ebonheart. Build, my lord? I asked, still somewhat unsure what was being asked of me. Build, move, whatever you think is best, Lord Vivec said. Have the canons and lords engineers begin drawing up plans immediately. I can't wait to begin a new project. So, there you have it, from the lips of our lord to your ears. Through the medium of this letter, I look forward to reviewing your ideas in, let us say, 3 months' time. In Lord Vivec's name, Archcanon Tavis. We got some free radish there. Interesting that that's not considered stealing. Let's nose around a little. Who knows? Blueprint. This is probably for... It's probably for furniture. Yeah. So it's a furniture blueprint. Bananas. Radish. Oh, there seems to be a good amount of radish in here. Beets. Small game. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, we need to talk to Overseer Shiralis. Let's take a look and see what we have here. Can we research anything? What about deconstructing? Well, that's a shame, because eventually, with this new update, we're going to have to move to light armor or medium armor. Most likely light armor.
Dark elves, Nords, and Ald'ruhn.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days.
Archcanon Tavis sent me. I need to borrow your blessing stone.
Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our blessing stone? Well, neither do I, but I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea.
Lord Vivec needs the blessing stone to perform a ritual.
Lord Vivec? Why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the blessing stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed. trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone.
Okay, we'll take care of that.
I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
Noted.
I need a break.
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
Let's see the best way to get in there. Okay, now where's the blessing stone?
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome. Where's the blessing stone? Okay, here it is.
Work has been slow without enough quarry stone.
I know. I have more time off than I like.
Did you guys just see that? Somebody just running just pushed me back. Don't you wish that could happen in real life? Okay, let's go back to Vivec.
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivec always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the blessing stone?
I do have the blessing stone.
Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivec's distress. A clockwork mage. A Daedric cultist. Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down.
Something went wrong during the ritual. Did you learn what you had hoped?
We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped.
But there were images in the ritual.
Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god, an energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land.
I don't understand.
Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you.
So we get the canon staff of the tribunal.
The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it.
You're losing divine energy? How is that possible?
To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levul's ancestor warned us about.
You think it's an enemy responsible for your energy loss?
Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarbus in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can.
Okay, we'll talk to the Archcanon.
My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated.
I'm not sure the Archcanon shares your assessment of me.
Yes. While Archcanon Tarbus has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the tribunal. And recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness.
What does the rest of the tribunal think about all of this?
They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity. But so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal...
And what about him?
My brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. You always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
Right. I just remembered that we got a champion point. Okay, the update also talked about increasing diminishing returns. They said that diminishing returns will become much heavier the more you invest in a particular skill. My initial thoughts is that the Archcanon is involved in all of this.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotaged the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are... difficult.
You mean Lord Vivec's loss of power?
How do you know about... Lord Vivec told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the tribunal was incapacitated.
Well, Vivec said you might need help investigating the source of the problem.
It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than fieldwork. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Bolmera, Ald'ruhn, and Berelzar's tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites.
Tell me more about these locations before I head out.
I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivec City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivec thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right.
Let's talk about Berelzar's tower.
I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Barrelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivec's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy.
What can you tell me about Balmora?
House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn.
What kind of cult are we talking about?
I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation.
What do you know about Ald'ruhn?
Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivec. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover.
Is there anything else I should know?
I traced tendrils of Vivec's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivec's condition with anyone. We don't want to start a panic. If anything changes here, I'll contact you.
Okay, so let's figure out what we need to do to get this guy back up and running. Let's see, what is this here? Adventurers wanted. Adventurers wanted. Due to the volume of requests for aid from our local citizens, a system of brokering jobs between those in need and those willing to help has been established. See Unel Durano in the Hall of Justice for more information. Okay, we have quite a number of places to explore. It's up to us to see where we begin.
My strength wanes.
I think we're gonna start with the one to the left, to the right first. Okay, we missed something here. There was a lower book. The 36 Lessons, Sermon 11, by Vivec. These were the days of Resdania, when Chimer and Dwemer dwelt. When Chimer and Dwemer lived under the wise and benevolent rule of Almsivi, and their champion the Hortator. When the gods of Veloth would retreat into their own to mold the cosmos and other matters, the Hortator would at times become confused. Vivec would always be there to advise him, and this is the first of the 3 lessons of ruling kings. The waking world is the amnesia of dream. All motifs can be mortally wounded. Once slain, themes turn into the structure of future nostalgia. Do not abuse your powers or they will lead you astray. They will become lost and resentful and finally become pregnant with the seed of folly. Soon you will be the grandparent of a broken state. You will be mocked, it will fall apart like a stone that recalls that it is really water. Keep nothing in your house that is neither needful or beautiful. Ordeals you should face unimpeded by the world of restriction. The splendor of stars is Aem's domain. The selfishness of the sea is Set's. I rule the mid-air. All else is earth and under your temporal command. There is no bone that cannot be broken except for the hard bone. You will see it twice in your lifetimes. Take what you can the first time and let us do the rest. There is no true symbolism of the center. The Shamat will believe there is. He will feel that he can cause years of exuberance from sitting in on the sacred, when really no one can leave that state and cause anything more but strife. There is once more the cause of the symbolic and barren. The true prince that is cursed, demonized, will be adored at last with full hearts. According to the codes of Mifalar, there can be no artificial art, only fixation points of complexity that will erase the awe of the people given enough time. This is a secret that hides another. An impersonal survival is not the way of the ruling king. Embrace the art of the people and marry it. By that, I mean secretly have it murdered. The ruling king that sees in another his equivalent rules nothing. The secret of weapons is this, they are the mercy seat. The language is this, it is immobile. The secret of language is this, it is immobile. The ruling king is armored head to toe in brilliant flame. He is redeemed by each act he undertakes. His death is only a diagram back to the waking world. He sleeps the second way. The Shamat is his double, and therefore you wonder if you rule nothing. Hotator and Shamart, 1 and 1, Elven and an inelegant number. Which of the ones is the more important? Could you ever tell if they switched places? I can, and that is why you will need me. According to the codes of Mifalar, there is no difference between the theorist and the terrorist. Even the most cherished desire disappears in their hands. This is why Mifalar has black hands. Bring both of yours to every argument. The one-handed king finds no remedy. When you approach God, however, cut both of them off. God has no need of theory, and he is armored from head to toe in terror. The ending of the words is Sivi. Very deep speeches there. Most of the time you don't understand what exactly what you're reading. Let's put this site on the map. This is a town. Let's discover this town. Put it on the map and oh, there's another way shrine there that I want to put on the map. Oops. Okay, let's continue with where we were heading.
Not you too. This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Talena, but my wife and Behold, citizen.
You know what? Let's just see what he wants.
Be wary, traveler. Pilgrims have been attacked on these roads. Should you encounter violence, don't hesitate to call on us. We're here to protect you.
Well, I can handle myself, but what's the cause of these attacks?
I hope your confidence is merited. We have our hands full with the Dreg and the Ashlanders, so rescues are in short supply. Captain Artesia Naros is at the canton of Mola Gamar. She can tell you more than I. Safe travels?
Okay, we'll do that. Let's discover this town. I gotta say, so far Morrowind looks a bit like Oregon. Okay, there's something there we need to put on the map. Shrine of Azura. I don't see it though. Where's the shrine? I don't see the shrine. Nope. No Shrine of Azura. Don't see it. Alright, let's go and investigate the tower. Right, we found the tower, but before we go in, we're about half an hour in, so let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Morrowind.